Hey y'all, I'm Jesse Petersen with Let's Make Art, and I teach art journaling, and today we're gonna make some fun things with artist trading cards, these little guys right here. And it's March, so we have a new subscription box, and this is in there, and we're excited. Thank you for excitement, Keenan.
You're welcome. I'm very excited for March. It's closer to summer.
And so when I say subscription box, some of you may not know what I mean by that. And so what I mean is we do a subscription box where you get this cool theme card with fresh ingredients and sort of this idea that's curated around all the fun projects we're going to do this month. And this month you get these cool little artist trading cards, which are made of watercolor paper, and you get a cool Tombow pin and another Fudenosuke pin, and our prompt cards and technique cards. So we learn a technique and we have a fun prompt, and you can pair these however you want. It's a lot of fun, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. Okay, so I'm gonna put all this aside for now, and we'll get started. Okay, so this month's theme, since it's a new month, we're gonna talk about that, is all about cultivating kindness. And what I hope after we do a couple of these projects is that we're cultivating kindness within ourselves, and we're cultivating kindness out in the world. And today we're going to use this prompt. It's called Positive Vibes, and it's just about putting positive vibes out in the world. So what I'm hoping is that we'll make something cool today, and then we'll leave it somewhere for someone to find. Kind of like, I don't know, the gold at the end of the rainbow, because it's March.
Yeah. Leprechauns.
Yeah. And maybe the end of the rainbow could be a grocery store or a library, like wherever you want to leave it. So we'll talk a little bit more about that and how to share it.
I just had a great idea.
What?
What if you went to a restaurant and left it for your server?
Oh my gosh, that's a good idea. I love that.
That'd be so fun.
Yeah. So we're thinking about positive vibes, like be brave. You can think of any of the positive sort of things that you like. And this project, we're going to use collage paper that we created for this. And I love that it's just, if you hold it like this even, it's like an array of colors. So this is just kind of nice to have in your art stash. You can just get little clips of different colors for different projects. So I hope you have a lot of fun with that. I'm going to grab my cutting mat and my X-Acto. Got to put that on the table. And I already traced out some sort of arch shapes for the rainbow. And our technique card is all about doing this collage. So the technique card explains that. Okay, so first step is we're gonna cut out these little U shapes for the rainbow. And I just penciled these on here. So not anything too crazy. Just drew some on there. I'm cutting them out. But we have this paper in all these different colors, so you can make a rainbow with it by just tracing a few U shapes on the different colors, like blue and green, for instance, is the one I'm doing here. I would not recommend wearing a bracelet while cutting. It's not as easy to get your hand where it needs to be. Okay, and I did this kind of sloppy, so it doesn't need to be perfect. I don't want you to worry about getting everything perfect unless you enjoy that, and then go right ahead. I just want you to get creating and have fun. So. And if you have some pencil lines that are still showing after you cut it out, you can just erase those. I'm really trying to work on keeping my head out of the camera. You're doing
a good job.
Okay. Yeah, so just a couple of those pencil marks off of there. And we have our first U shape for the rainbow done. Okay, then I just traced another one on this red and purpley spot, and it's kind of fun to pick up a couple textures. So you can see these little dots right here and this little texture of that, I don't know, sort of mulberry color.
If I knew what a mulberry was, I would support your theory.
I feel like I've heard that but I don't know if I could identify a mulberry if it was pepperoni.
I can't. Nope.
But that might be a fun thing for us to look up later.
I'll Google it right now.
All right. You can also use scissors to do this, so don't feel like you gotta have like this knife to do this. Just do what you feel comfortable with. And make sure your other piece of paper isn't underneath there when you're trying to cut, because you could cut your paper in a spot you don't like. I have done that before. And if you don't have a cutting mat, I have used the back of my sketchbook cardboard before. You can do that.
Mulberries look like blackberries.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they this color, this like purpley color?
They're a little darker. They range from green all the way to like a blackberry color.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is the green like not ripe?
Yes.
That makes
Correct. It's even like a nice cherry red at one point.
I had a friend make a pie with gooseberries that she got from a neighbor, and she had never made a gooseberry pie before. And I was the first one to take a bite, and it was very sour.
Ooh.
And I didn't know what to do because I wasn't sure if that's how it's supposed to taste or what. Turns out someone else took a bite, and it was not how it's supposed to taste. And then they were all like, "You didn't tell me." And I was like, "I was just
I
reading."
don't know what this is. It's so yummy.
It was the sourest.
I like sour foods.
It gave me the shivers like when I ate it.
Oh,
It
that's
was like,
rough.
oh, and I hid it because I didn't want to hurt their feelings. But turns out
I love
super.
sour Skittles.
I love sour Skittles too. It was way more sour than that.
Oh, that's...
Anyway, I think that she was supposed to add sugar and she forgot. But gooseberries, I could identify a gooseberry if I saw it.
My sister made some form of dessert one time, and she forgot to put eggs in them. I think it was brownies.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, they were the thinnest, starchiest, just sad brownies.
I love brownies, and so that is very sad.
Me too.
That was very sad for me.
Me too.
All those ingredients wasted. Did you still eat them?
I think there were like 2 eaten, and
Oh.
it was bad.
Okay, so now you can see this little rainbow is starting to shape up. And if it helps for you to like freehand your little rainbow like U shapes to have your card kind of on your paper so you can kind of get the idea of the size, then do that. You know, whatever helps, you do it. And if you cut it wrong the first time, you can always trim it down, or just don't stress. All right, so we got that. And then I thought it would be fun to include some stickers. These are from Pebbles. And Pebbles in My Pocket is a fun scrapbook brand. And I loved this. I loved that they weren't white and they had a little tone to them. But I thought it would be fun to tone our paper so that the stickers look cute on them. And instead of using paint, plot twist, we're going to use a marker.
Yes.
So I'm going to pull this down in here.
That's a fun sound.
Is that really loud for the camera? Sorry.
Yeah, but it's adorable.
Okay, so I'm just using the marker on my butcher paper here and get my brush wet. So it's kind of like paint. And then we're just gonna tone our paper with this. Can you see that okay?
Yep. It's like a pro tip. How to use a Tombow without putting it directly on paper.
Yep.
That's fun.
I just thought it looks like the perfect stormy gray. But you can also use it for writing on your cards and lettering and whatnot. So multiple uses this brush is.
That is a stormy gray. That's nice.
You know, and the rainbow comes out after the storm, so you got to have a little stormy gray, I feel like,
Oh,
for it to
snap. It's
pop.
like a story.
Yes. Okay. I feel like if you want it to be a little darker, you can go back in and just darken up a couple edges if you like, just right with your brush even. I think that's kind of fun. Maybe we'll do a little right in there. And then let's just add a little water. See, all right. So, and you can still get those like little bit of bursts of, you know, just it's subtle. We're just doing subtle things here.
Still very satisfying. Satisfyingly subtle.
Satisfyingly subtle. I like that. Okay, let's let that dry for a second. Okay, it's dry. So that is looking good, nice and stormy. Just very simple. This is a very simple, quick little thing for you to do. But what I'm hoping is that you'll have time to do lots of them and get some good practice in and just have fun making them for other people. Okay, so for our glue, I'm just putting the tiniest amount. So I got a lot on I got too much. My goodness, my hair is just gonna be everywhere all the time. That's just part of who I am, guys. All right, so let's get this glue on there. Just a thin amount is perfectly fine. So if you're running out of glue, then you might be using too much. Unless you're making a lot of cards, and then that's fine. Okay, so I've got nice, thin, even layer. And you can even use a brush to like even it out if you need to. I caution you not to use too much water because you don't want your paper to wrinkle. But just the teeniest amount will help that glue spread around, get to all the edges. So you can try doing that.
That paper almost looks marbled.
This paper or the gray paper?
The gray paper.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
It's just the teeniest little bit of marker to do that. All right. So there's our first rainbow arch. So I'm using different fingers than I touch the glue with so that I don't like get glue on the top, you know?
Luckily, you've got like 10 fingers to go through.
Yeah, luckily. Okay. All right, so do our second little arch. I just love rainbows. They just make me happy. My kids are really into unicorns and rainbows right now. There's a lot of that in my house. A lot of sparkly things. I only have girls. And just a lot of happy rainbows. Okay. Oh, just see a little tiny bit at the bottom here. Comedy hour with the glue. Keenan's over there laughing at me. I know you can't hear him, but he is laughing.
The old pesky yes paste.
Well, the good part is if you get it in the wrong spot, it will still move for you.
Stage 5 clinger.
Here you go. All right. And if you do this where it's like hanging off, that's fine. We'll trim it off in a minute. That's always an option. All right, last one. I just thought that would be fun to do that. I mean, I know rainbows don't always have like a middle, but mine does.
Yeah, it does.
Your rainbow can be whatever you want. Just play around and have fun with it. You got plenty of more paper, so you can try something different next time. All right.
That yes paste can't take a hint.
There you go. Okay, now I'm just going to flip this over and I can see that little bit of part to trim off. So I can trim it off even. There we go. No big deal, except for it sticking to me. It's just going to keep sticking. It's fine. All right. Now, the stickers. I thought stickers would be fun because sometimes it's a little nerve-wracking to try to write pretty. I don't know.
True.
So there's always stickers as an option. I like a little mixture of both. But so I'm going to do Be Brave because that is fun. And you know what? I didn't bring my lunch today. If I go out to lunch, I'm going to leave this at the restaurant because Keenan had that great idea. We have a new restaurant down. Newish.
Yeah.
Mexican restaurant.
Reopened. New owners.
Yeah, okay. And these have a lot of letters on there, so you can spell a lot of things without running out of letters. Because I have got alpha letters in the past for things, and I'm like, oh, I can't spell this. But there's lots here, lots. So you see how just toning that little bit of white makes the stickers sort of match nicely with that? Which is kind of cool. All right, There you have it. Be brave. I hope you'll be brave when you're making this and deciding to share it with someone out there. And we will go over more in another video about how to make pages to embellish for the background, for the cards that you want to keep in your journal and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. But when you decide to share this with someone, whether it's a restaurant or a grocery store or the library or wherever you think, please check out your prompt card. The positive vibe ones, it says take a photo of your tiny art in the place you hope an unsuspecting stranger will find it, and use hashtag LMA cultivate kindness so that we can see your cool things that you left behind. And you can also share them on our Facebook group, which is Let's Make Art Journals. Thanks so much for joining me with this, and we'll see you next time. Bye.